Today marks the 10th anniversary of one of the darkest days for media freedom in the country. Let's take a look back at this blatant attack against a man who was an icon of the free media, a man who was feared by the corrupt powers at the time for nothing more than the stroke of his pen. Date 8th of January 2009. Time 10:25 a.m. Venue Athidia Model Primary School. A few hours after the dawn of the day on the 8th of January 2009, the unexpected attack on a well-renowned journalist and editor of the Sunday Leader, Lasantha Wickremetunga, was reported. Assailants had followed Lasantha and attacked him on his way to work from home. Although he was immediately admitted to the Colombo Hospital, Lasantha Wickremetunga had already left this world forever. Lasantha, who never bowed down to the corrupt and powerful, had at that time become a challenge to many. However, the people's call to bring the perpetrator of this murder to justice has still not been realized. Although it was stated that Lasantha Wickremetunga was shot dead, when his remains were exhumed and re-examined recently, it was revealed that he was stabbed with a sharp object and that the resulting wounds were the cause of his death. A few months after the murder, the Criminal Investigations Department made a revelation on the case and arrested a person by the name of Jesudasan in Nuvarelia. However, the mysterious death of this suspect while in police custody led to many unanswered questions. Following these unfortunate incidents, the Criminal Investigations Department was removed from the investigations over the murder of Lasantha Wickremetunga. The purported champions of democracy who promised swift justice over the murder of Lasantha Wickremetunga have barely scratched the surface of this attack on the people's right to free speech. Although the investigations were handed back to the CID and the remains of Lasantha Wickremetunga were exhumed, to date, there have been no solid leads on who carried out this crime in broad daylight. Although a number of military and police officers were arrested, no facts that could directly connect them to the murder were presented in court. Today too, like during the past decade, people gathered at the grave of Lasantha Wickremetunga. Their hopes have remained as they seek justice for Lasantha Wickremetunga.
A decade is a long time to grieve. Too long to solve a murder. Too long to come to terms that no one cares but for their benefit, which does not include the aggrieved. Sadly though, this seems to be the reality. Lasantha certainly did not die in vain. The foundation, he said, has brought about change in the political spectrum of Sri Lanka.
Lasantha becomes a path-breaking personality who taught us the power of the pen and the power of independent thinking, and he taught us not to step back.
The murderers of Lasantha Wickremetunga have already been revealed. Legal action can be filed based on the evidence uncovered in the investigations. It is said when one journalist is murdered, another 100 journalists are intimidated. To rid a society of this fear, justice must be served. The criminals must be punished. It is only through this that fear can be removed. I think it is because of the need to keep this fear among the general public that politicians from any party, the ruling class in Sri Lanka, does not show any interest in this.
Meanwhile, an emotional article composed by Ahimsa Wickremetunga, the daughter of veteran journalist Lasantha Wickremetunga, was published on print media today. The title of the article read, "What They Did to My Father and Why They Did It." Ahimsa Wickremetunga elaborates on the incidents that eventually ended in her father's murder. She also writes on the ordeal that she and her family had to go through following the tragedy. Finally, we would like to call to mind one important statement. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. Martin Luther King.